It is more than money, it is life. It represents their entire lifetime.
For the second day in a row, a parade of victims pleaded for a judge to give the maximum sentence to two men accused of defrauding thousands of faithful investors out of millions of dollars.
And what they did was right in trusting these men in the beginning, and then they betrayed them.
But for every voice against them, there was another in their favor.
I've never heard Tom say one thing about what he lost or what his kids lost.
I would plead and ask you for leniency, for mercy on Bill and Tom.
Good evening, Arizona.
Good evening, Arizona. I'm Patty Kirkpatrick. We now know how much prison time the two former executives of the now defunct Baptist Foundation of Arizona will be facing for fraud. A judge handed down the sentence in the case against the former president and CEO of the BFA, William Krotz, and the former senior VP, Thomas Grabinski. Kirsten Joyce is live with the sentence and reaction from both sides of the issue. Kirsten?
Patty, that sentencing came down late this afternoon at about 4 o'clock. The judge sentenced William Krotz to a total of 15 years on both counts. Now, they would run concurrently, so he would see a maximum of 8 years behind bars. Thomas Grabinski was sentenced to a total of 11 years on both counts. He would be looking at a maximum of 6 years behind bars. And both individuals were ordered to pay back $159 million in restitution.
I feel good about that. It's not the minimum, it's not the maximum, but it's better than nothing.
Robert Shaw feels justified, even though he lost $250,000. Prosecutors had asked for the maximum, an aggravated sentence, because the prosecution said it wasn't just that 11,000 investors lost money, many of their life savings, but the fact that both these men permanently altered their lives.
How have you recovered from it? We haven't. We never will. He's had a stroke. He can't work. I've lost my son. There's just so many things that have gone on. Our lives have been shattered.
However, the defense earlier retorting, asking for 12.5 years, the minimum, stating that the goal of BFA was charity, and that's why the investment was created. Both defendants took the stand today. William Krotz told the judge he's responsible and he's deeply saddened by what occurred on his loss, and it will be part of his life forever, as did Thomas Grabinski. Even though many followers lost money, they still put their faith in the two men.
We know them to be good men, to have done nothing but good things, and their hearts were in the right place, men of character, and regardless of the outcome today, we'll stand by them.
And the judge also gave each of the individuals, the defendants, 20 days to file an appeal. Patty?
Kirsten, what they got was a far cry from what the prosecution wanted, which was 37.5 years behind bars. Why the discrepancy?
Again, the judge said that they did not meet those aggravated circumstances in both of those counts for each of them. So you're looking at 37.5 years, what the state wanted, compared to the defendants, which were asking about 12.5, the defense attorneys. So met someone in the middle, but they did not meet those cases of the aggravated circumstances. Patty?
Okay, thanks very much, Kirsten.